I will take this empty nano aquarium and show you how to transform it into a thriving planted tank featuring Dragonwood. Hello everyone, this is Charles from the Fishloft. I have been creating low-tech planted tanks for years, and I am excited to build this new scape for a few of my existing fish as well as some new ones. For this build, I am starting with a 10-gallon tank that I found on sale online. I have ordered many of my tanks from online vendors with pretty good success. Only one arrived broken. I try to keep it simple with the substrate. I make it easy on myself and add aqua soil to a mesh bag and then add some sand over that. This keeps the aqua soil from mixing into your sand and prevents it from releasing a ton of nutrients directly into the water column. I like to slope the sand from about 1.5 inches in the front to 3 inches in the back, which is a good depth for my stem plants to root in, as well as enough sand to grow a colony of beneficial bacteria. For the hardscape, I chose Dragonwood, which I have only used once before. I have boiled this wood in advance to prevent excess tannins being released into the tank all at once, which could drop my pH and turn my water brown. Pre-boiling allows the wood to slowly release beneficial tannins into the water column. I will include a link to my video on how to avoid brown water in the description. Dragonwood has a very strong directional wood grain texture, and I want them all to align from bottom left to top right. Now that I have placed the wood in the general layout I like, I'm going to add water to make the sand wet and heavy so I can position the wood exactly how I want into the substrate. To keep the wood steady, I am placing a few supporting rocks in the back. I can now fill the tank with water. Boiling the wood also ensures your driftwood doesn't float when you add water. Believe me, I learned my lesson the hard way on that one. For my nano tanks that are 10 gallons and up, I like to use 2 smaller internal filters instead of one larger one. I have filled the main filter with a coarse sponge, biomedia, and polyfill. The smaller filter has a sponge and biomedia. These 2 filters will work in tandem and provide both mechanical and biological filtration. I am also adding a heater that I will set to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The next step is to add water conditioner and some beneficial bacteria, which will help kickstart the entire ecosystem. I am not 100% happy with this layout, so I am moving one of the pieces of the Dragonwood to the right, which will draw your eyes to the center of the tank. Now we can start planting. I am starting with the foreground, and I am planting Cryptocorne parva, which has bright green slender leaves, which will really stand out against the dark Dragonwood. It will remain short and grow to about 2 to 4 inches. To bring in some red, I am planting Alternithera roseneverg, or as I call it, AR, which is a really bright red, but I am expecting it to dull back a bit in my low-tech tank. Across the back, I am planting AR Mini, which grows a bit shorter to a max of 8 inches. To help draw your eye to the center of the tank, I am planting dwarf hairgrass between the 2 pieces of dragonstone. On the right, I am planting a group of 3 mini swords. Behind them, I am planting 2 compacta Amazon swords, which grow much smaller than normal Amazon swords. I purchased this Bucephalandra already attached to a mesh. This will make it easy to insert the boosts into the crevices of the Dragonwood. The final plants are these fast-growing floating Salvinia cucullatas that I am transferring from one of my other tanks. The first inhabitants are part of my cleanup crew, starting with a few orange ram's horn snails. I am transferring my school of albino corridors that I have had for about a year, along with 2 otocinclus, into this tank. I am also adding this beautiful little yellow nearite snail. I am also adding a new school of checkered barbs. They are still small, and as they grow, their orange accents on their fins will deepen. I almost missed this Amano shrimp that was hiding in my holding tank. About a week later, I found myself at one of my local fish stores where I was only supposed to be getting some plants when I saw this very young red flame honey gourami. I thought he would make a great centerpiece fish for this tank. It is now a few weeks later, and the plants have started to really settle in. I am amazed at the growth of the AR in the background. And this is the tank after about a month. All of the plants are doing well, except for the mini swords, which I am sort of surprised at because they took off in my pencilfish tank. So maybe they just need a little bit more time. The parva has grown in nicely, and the boos is getting bigger. I am most surprised by the coloration of the AR in the background. They have taken on this beautiful dusty red color, and well, the color is just way beyond my expectations. The checkered barbs are active as always, and although they aren't flashy, their orange fins are starting to get more colorful. I am really happy with how this tank is progressing. This is the second build I have used Dragonwood, and I have to say I really like it. Let me know what you think of Dragonwood in the comments. If you enjoyed this tank build, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to support my channel and help it grow. If you have the time, check out some of my other tank builds. See you next time from the Fishloft.